Ticket Machine is the official ticket broker of Spartan Nation. No matter what you need a ticket for, border to border, coast to coast, the Ticket Machine is your ticket source. So whether you need to get into the hottest concerts, the best sporting events, you want the best seats in the house, or you just want to get in the door, when you want to go to any event that requires a ticket, anywhere, border to border, coast to coast, it's always theticketmachine.com. Theticketmachine.com, 517-655-3201. Check it out today at theticketmachine.com.
First day of pads, so got to look at the film, see what we got done. But I thought our offense had a good day. It goes in spurts out here, and winning and losing usually hangs by a thread. Flip side of things, I want to congratulate Morton Anderson on being inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame. One of three specialists, pure specialists, to ever have been able to do that. So I want to congratulate him publicly, and excited. I'm going to go to that tomorrow evening, and that'll be an exciting event to be at. So I'm going to make my way down there. So I'll take some questions.
Mark, I'd like to start defensive line with Kenny Willekes and Dylan Alexander, two guys that really played through, did well in the spring. Have you seen that transfer over into the fall, and how do you like their energy level?
I think we got a number of guys at that position, so the energy level is very, very good. Got a number of guys at that position, so are sort of in a clump there fighting for a position. Brandon Randall's a guy that is a very good athlete on the edge there. Coop come back, see how he's doing. Bowers has got playing experience. I'm probably missing some. Jacob Panasuk's been impressive for a freshman, 265-pound freshman that can move. So those type of things are good, and I'm probably leaving out somebody, but we've got some depth there. But those guys, they have a motor, and they bring it every play.
Mark, did you find yourself trying to dial back some of the enthusiasm the first day of pads, or pretty much just let them go?
No, we really asked for that today. We got to be enthusiastic out here and have fun. That's a big part of this. And I thought last year sometimes we didn't have as much fun. It's tough to reach down sometimes, but you got to encourage each other, and we wanted to make sure we did that. And so we're coaching that too. We're coaching everything.
The offensive line, especially when you get to see them go half and half. What did you maybe see a little bit today, or what expectations do you have of that group? How quickly do you want them to gel?
We got to win up front. I think there's no question you got to be able to be successful. You got to win up front on both sides of the ball, and some of that is just raw toughness and raw ability at times, and obviously technique and what we're doing as well. But we've got some guys up there like Brian Allen with a lot of experience, very good player. And I think Tyler Higbee and David Beadle are two guys with an enormous amount of ability. They've got to transition to become that full-time starter, take that next step. But I think they're very capable. Cole Chewins, he's a guy that at left tackle that is he's going to do everything he can possibly do. A great attention to detail guy, and he's gotten, he's being in his second year starting, so he's gotten, I think, much better. And at the right tackle, Luke Campbell's a redshirt freshman, but he showed things last year, and he was probably ready to play last year. We just held him out.
Any of those true freshmen seem like they're ready? Yeah.
That's tough. You're 5 days into practice, so it's tough. But they have the athletic ability and the strength component to be able to do that.
Mark, I know it's early, but Josiah Scott obviously played well in the spring. He's picking up where you left off and seeing what you want from him.
Yeah, I think Josiah's playing well, but again, it's early. I think Justin Lane's really had a very good first 5 days. But again, it's first day in pads out here, so try to put them in situations where they have to make plays on the ball with their back to the ball some and things of that nature. So we're just trying to put them in adverse situations as much as we can.
How tough is that for a true freshman, though? Not a lot of true freshmen have started out there.
No, but he's got a lot of. If you've talked to him, he's probably got a lot of the same type of mental makeup that Daquez Denard has had. He's very mature. He's going to work extremely hard, and he's very sure of himself and confident. And he has a skill set like that. So, plus he's been here for 6 months already. So he's sort of a guy that at least has gone through a spring practice, and he's adjusted.
What about the other three young guys, Person, Flower, and I saw Brown today? Obviously.
Yeah, Shakur Brown. We got him out here a day late, so he's 1 day behind. But he's been impressive as well. And I think Trey Person and Dom Long, Manuel Flowers, all four of those guys, came and have done some good things. guys. It's too early to tell on those guys.
Mark, a lot of people don't know, but Shakur had 10 touchdowns on special teams last year with punt returns, official under a 4.40, and was Georgia All-State special teams guy. Would you consider a true freshman back there fielding punts with that ability?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've got a situation right now where with Brandon Sowers is returning, but we got to get more productivity out of our punt returner, and he's a guy that you can see him go back there and catch it off the jugs and off the punt, and he's very sure of himself. But again, very early in the process here, so we got to see how he does under duress and in that stadium over there with 80,000 people watching him. But I think he has the skill set. So does Larice. As well. So
at the wideout position, are there any guys I'm guessing 5 or 6 will travel, and a lot of guys trying to make that group. Are there guys that or at least in the 2 or 3 that already are going to be in that?
Yeah, young players or
anybody really.
You just kind of. Yeah, I think you're going to see Darryl Stewart and Felton Davis and Tristan Jackson as 3 of the guys, and then you've got Cody White and Sowards and. I can't think of all of them. Hunter Rison and
Chambers in there.
Who's that?
Cam Chambers.
Cam Chambers is in there. Yeah, he's definitely in there. So we've got guys coming. They're young. They're in their 2nd or their 3rd year, and they're young players. But they've got talent. They're talented guys.
Where's the kicking situation between the 2 kickers?
We're really working all 3 of those guys with Cole Hahn working as well, and he's getting his feet on the ground. But all of them have been very good so far.
Mark, we get the depth chart on Monday. Is there anything you think that's going to surprise us?
Probably not. Unless you don't get the depth chart. A lot of guys sort of jockeying for positions, and some guys obviously have solidified some places, but there's a lot of movement, and there's some youth there, and when there's young players, there's a very big learning curve. So guys can really get better over the course of two weeks.
Mark, Joe Bacci talked on Monday about things not being up to snuff as far as the enthusiasm last year in some of the practices, and that he wanted to be a leader to make sure that when he came out for practices, everything was up. What does that mean to have a sophomore talking like that?
Well, you've got opportunity to lead because we've got a relatively young football team with not a lot of seniors. So you've got opportunity. We've got guys in a position of leadership because of the Mike linebacker, so he's got an opportunity to lead, and he's showing that. I think last year's football team, we came to practice. It's tough when things aren't going so well for you during the season to continue on. So give them a little bit of a hall pass on that one, because I think last season we came out here with very high expectations, and the attitude is right as well.